Hey, how's it going, everyone? So, today I figured I would talk about my thoughts on Black Ops 6 since it's been out for a couple weeks now. I know this is before Season 1 even drops, but I figured I would just want to give my thoughts while they're fresh in my head because I have been playing quite a bit. So I don't really know where to start. I guess I can just start with, is the game worth the either $70 or $12 to $14 a month on Game Pass? And I would say yes, it definitely is. I feel like obviously with the Game Pass, once you get to about 6 months of using it, that's when you're at about the $70 mark for the game. So you can sort of decide then if it's still worth paying the monthly fee. But I would say it's definitely worth it. I feel like Treyarch really brought everything they could to the table. And overall, I'd say they did a good job. There's obviously a lot of downsides to the game, but there's, I would say, more positives than negatives. And a lot of the downsides are mainly small and can be fixed and should and probably will get fixed over time. But yeah. So first off, I guess I can talk about UI as well. I would say the user interface is pretty simple for the most part. Everything is pretty much easy to find. I feel like a lot of people don't know about this up here a lot, but this is really a great spot if you want to get to something fast. So if you want to see like stats, you can go to your combat record. Um, Theater mode, they brought theater mode back. I think it's a little bugged at the moment um, because, wait, let me see here. What do we got? I wouldn't say bugged, but it takes a little bit to load up the games that you have. All right. The operators in the game, I think, are pretty cool for the most part. Obviously, the Vault Edition ones, I feel like they're whatever. I do like this one a lot, but other than that, I mean, skins are skins for the most part. Once they start getting into like licensed skins for movies and uh, other games and stuff like that, then it'll really start to get good. Playlists and stuff like that. I feel like Treyarch is killing it already. Typically, when they drop like an iconic map like Nuketown, in past years, they would just drop it into the core playlist, so you'd have to basically go searching and hope that you get it. But they know their fan base, and so they just dropped the 24/7 immediately. And then Stakeout 24/7 just came out this past Friday because, again, Treyarch seeing that a lot of people were playing Stakeout for camos, so they just put it as 24/7 instead of in the face-off mode. And they also brought 10v10. And I will actually go. Let me actually pull up the Black Ops 6 Season 1 roadmap just so I have it for reference because I will be talking about Season 1 a little bit too. Just need to make sure this is a. Alright, yeah, this should be a. Yep, this is a good one. Okay. But, anyways, um, yeah, I feel like the playlists are pretty solid right now. Infected, they also brought two. The training course is pretty nice for the newer players who don't really, uh, I guess, even though Omni Movement is new, I feel like if you played Modern Warfare 2019 up to now, then the Omni Movement is pretty easy to get down. You're essentially just moving your left joystick a lot more than you would be with other games, but other than that, takes couple games or so, but the training course is nice, and I believe you might get challenges and possibly calling cards for doing the training course. So yeah. All right, let's get down to the weapons. So I think I'm gonna have to go pretty quick because the weapons, there's quite a few on launch. So we'll start with the ARs. You can kind of tell what I've used and what I haven't yet. And I'm also 3rd prestige, so I've got about close to 40 hours on the game. The XM4, I leveled up in zombies. I've used it a few times in multiplayer, so I can't really say too much about it, but from what I can tell, it's one of the meta weapons that a lot of people like to use in pubs. The AK-74 is great. It's very hard-hitting assault rifle for sure. The AIMS 85 I have not touched, I don't think, at all, unless I've picked it up off the floor at some point. So I can't say anything about it, but I believe a lot of competitive players use this as their AR, so it must be good, or at least decent, I would say. I haven't used a GPR91. It's a bullpup, so I would say, if I had to guess, it's okay. The Model L got G8 in competitive, so clearly it's good. The Goblin I've not used yet, another bullpup, but I will eventually. And then, of course, the AS Val. I believe I made the mistake of permanently unlocking this with my token on 1st prestige instead of perk greed. But the Val, if you want an assault rifle that's got good movement, it's going to be the one for you because it feels like an SMG, essentially. Speaking of SMGs, so C9 is whatever. And I will, okay, let me preface here. The SMGs in this game are essentially meant, for the most part, for close quarter engagement. So buildings, like the buildings on Nuketown, or just closer engagements, because these things at range just completely suck. Even at medium range, they can be really rough to use. So if you're going to be using an SMG in this game, expect to have a lot of, or expect yourself to be moving a lot, because that's what you're going to have to do. And I will say, and it's going to get frustrating, the SMGs, if you're in a gunfight with somebody and the person you're in the gunfight with has either an AR, if they have anything besides an LMG, and they start shooting before you do, it's guaranteed that you're going to lose, because your SMG just doesn't hit as hard as an assault rifle or a sniper in this game specifically, because typically in previous CODs, it seems like the SMGs are able to keep up for the most part with the ARs if you have just a bit of an edge of skill over the next player. So with this game, I feel like you can be very good with them, but you have to have a significant skill level over the person you're in a gunfight with, if that makes sense, in this game. But yeah, and I'll go through these real quick. So the Tanto, surprisingly, I believe still is the hardest hitting SMG, but it's got the slowest fire rate, so you do have to get it up to that. Rapid fire, I believe, on it is like in the high 30s, low 40s level. So I would say take it to zombies and level it up there. And then I like the compact a lot because of the fire rate. And I personally haven't used the Jackal a lot. I think I just haven't used it a lot because this is the only gun I used during the beta. So I basically put in over 20 hours on just this gun before full release. So that's why I haven't really used it a lot. But I know it's one of the best SMGs. Shotguns I haven't used a ton. They're only leveled because I've maybe used them in zombies. They're shotguns. They're going to win most gunfights at close range. LMGs, I was using this XMG last night a lot. I do like it. It's essentially the M4 just in a SMG or LMG version of it, so it's just bigger. But yeah, I would say the LMGs in this game overall are pretty good. All three of them, for the most part. Marksman rifle is the only one I've used. Is the AEK, and I barely have it leveled up. I really like this one a ton. It's probably the most powerful gun in the game as of right now. But I haven't used the other ones. Snipers, I have been leveling up the Frostline a little bit. And last Prestige, I went into zombies and I leveled up this sniper to 44. So I am looking forward to getting to level 49 later on today to use this in pubs. But yeah, that's all the weapons. I would say, for the most part, I feel like it's with any Call of Duty, either have really powerful ones or really shitty ones. And then there's maybe one or two that are kind of middle of the road. I feel like the middle of the road ones are like the C9 and I would say the Tonto. But that's really based off of skill. But yeah, that's the weapons. Secondaries, shit, I guess I can go over them quick. Pistols, I've only really used the Grakova, but I've heard the Strider hits pretty hard for a semi-auto. GS45, Akimbo, and Zombies is the Mustang and Sallies, if you didn't know that. So I would highly recommend using the GS45 and Zombies. And then the launchers, I've maybe used this a couple times because I was getting shit on in Nuketown and there was tons of streaks up in the sky. But other than that, I haven't used the launchers a ton. Perks. Go over perks very quickly. So I don't mind the what do you call it? The specialties that they have. But Recon has been nerfed so many times, and I feel like all they have to do is make it so high alert only goes off when an enemy is ADSing at you. So if an enemy's just right behind you and they're not ADSing, your high alert won't get triggered because this game implemented the ability to take someone hostage. Well, if everyone is running Recon and they have high alert, then they're going to know that that you're behind them and they're going to turn around. So you can't do that. So it kind of defeats the whole purpose of that new feature, which I know a ton of people don't really bother even trying to take someone hostage or don't even think about it in this game. But just make it so you have to ADS in order for someone's high alert to go off. But Strategist is great for XP, obviously. And then Movement is just the all reds. I do recommend if you're going for streaks or going for a nuke to run this perk setup here, specifically these two, Dispatcher and Bankroll, because you will get UAVs a lot faster and your harps a lot faster. And I also highly recommend on your first prestige, you use your unlock token on Perk Greed because you don't get it until level 54. And then, of course, the knife. Which, wait, let me see. Did they add? Okay, so they still have the baseball bat, the knife. They should be adding in a karambit here, I would assume, pretty soon here. All right, let's go to barracks. So the prestige system. Let's talk about that. So they brought back the old school prestige system. It goes level 55 per prestige. 10 total prestiges. Once you surpass and max out at 10th prestige, then your levels start going up past 55 to 56, all the way to level 1000. And each time you prestige, once you prestige, throughout that prestige's levels, you get rewards. So On my Prestige 1, level 10, I get this, and so on. 20, 30, 40, 50. And some of them are great. Like this one is a blueprint for the C9, turns it into, is it like the Thompson from World at War? This is sort of like the zombies themed Prestige. As you can see, the emblem. You get this cool operator as soon as you Prestige. And then a bunch of zombies sort of stuff. Second Prestige, same thing. This, I believe, turns the Model L into an STG-44, which I think is really cool. And then third Prestige, let's see. So I've got everything up to here. Nice charm. Oh, and you also get, what do you call it? Each time you Prestige, you get 1 hour of double XP. And we'll just go through these really quick. So fourth Prestige, you get another blueprint. Fifth Prestige, you get this operator. Sixth, another blueprint, which I feel like is pretty cool. And some of these are pretty cool rewards that you get. I feel like the ones that are more worth it are obviously going to be the ones that have the operators attached to them. But some of the blueprints can be very, very powerful. And I like this one a lot. The pajama skinned Samantha. And 10th Prestige, get this operator. And then I believe there's also awards for, like, once you reach, like, Prestige Master level 70, you'll get, like, a calling card and so on. Like, as you progress up to 1,000, there's rewards during certain levels where you get stuff. But yeah, very big W on Treyarch for bringing back the old Prestige system. Love it a lot. Customize. So you can customize your emblem, calling card, emotes, all that good stuff. And I like the loading screen one specifically for, where is it? Right here. So this one, I believe, yeah. I like that you can put your loading screen as this, and then it feels like you're loading into a game from World at War. I like that a lot. And some of these are crazy. So let's see, like level 60, you'll get this loading screen. Prestige 9, stuff like that. Get these loading screens, which is pretty cool. Okay. Anything else I need to go through? Obviously, the store, they've got a couple things, or I think one pack, the Endeavor pack so far, and then obviously Vault Edition if you want, which I believe the Vault Edition, I would say if you're gonna get the Battle Pass coming up, just buy the Vault Edition now, because you'll get these 4 skins on top of the Battle Pass itself. See, like Black Cell Season 1, all that stuff. So yeah, it just makes sense to do it that way. But yeah, I would say overall, this game is really good. I feel like once I get into the main reason I'm really playing this game as much as I am is because of, I didn't even mention that. So, and there's another thing I gotta pull up. So with the Prestige system in this game, once you reach level 100 Prestige Master, you have the ability to change your emblem to any of the first Prestige icons from past Call of Duties to now, and so on. So once we reach level 200, it's the second Prestige emblems from past Call of Duties, all the way up to level 1000. And that's really the reason why I'm more XP farming than I am camo grinding. I feel like since I know I'm going to be playing this game a lot, I'll eventually get Dark Matter just from using the guns as much as I'm eventually going to. And then obviously once I get closer, like once I get to about, like 25 guns where they're like all pretty much gold, then I'll start, actually like, oh shit, I've only got this many left for gold. and so then I'll kind of progress that way. But yeah, so I just want to bring up this roadmap for season 1 really quick because it's important. So I just want to kind of point out the things that I'm specifically excited for. I am more of a multiplayer guy myself, but I do Warzone, specifically Resurgence. So I will be playing Area 99. Rebirth will be coming back. Urzikstan, with whatever, the big map, coming back. But one thing I'm really excited for is Prop Hunt. I am a big fan of Prop Hunt. I think, honestly, the first time I played it was on Gary's mod. The hand cannon is coming back as a streak, which is good. Holiday Nuketown is going to be very cool. And then looks like three new maps. I feel like Extraction is going to be a winner for sure. This map looks like a smaller one because it does say 2v2, so it's gunfight size. So this will be interesting. And Hideout, looks like a lot of people are going to be in this building right here, so we'll see how things go. Guns, weapons, stuff like that. Looks like we've got a power drill coming. I'm assuming it's going to be a melee. The 50 cal, it's coming back. I'm just kind of looking at these guns and seeing if I can guess what they are. The Krig. Ooh, that'll be interesting. Couple cool operators. At least this one for sure. And some treasure packs. So yeah, I would say season 1 is going to be definitely a good first season for any Call of Duty. So I hope you guys enjoyed my rant and whatever on Black Ops 6. Like I said at the beginning, if you are thinking about getting it, I would say just get it, because I feel like even for somebody who, or even for a person who doesn't play Call of Duty a lot, I feel like people are going to enjoy this. Whether it's, playing Infected for casual, if you want to go a little bit more competitive, you can do Gunfight. If you want to party up, 10v10. If you want to have just a fun night, do some Nuketown, then hop around. But yeah, I would say get the game, give it a shot. It's $70. Like I said, if you have Game Pass, just swallow the $10 and see if it's worth it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.